Hey ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the show. In today's gaming news, Steam's competition has arrived, the worst game ever gets a reboot, and learn how to fight monsters in The Witcher 3. I think it's safe to say that no matter how much the internet loves Gaben and how much Valve is constantly revered, it's good to have some competition. Well, a new contender has entered into the arena, and that is GOG Galaxy. Galaxy is a standalone program similar to Steam and Origin that allows for easy installation and updates for over 1,000 titles. This includes a friend list, game time tracking, achievements, and chat options. And what is probably most interesting of all is that they have optional updates and a rollback feature so that if a patch comes to a game that completely breaks it, you can roll back to the prior version. It's a pretty interesting option, and again, it's really good to have some sort of competition. Now, how successful will this be? How competitive can they really be, given that they have a limited amount of titles? They don't have everything that's available on Steam, for example. Not nearly as much, but it is an alternative similar to what EA brought forth with Origin. It gives us more options and maybe takes a little chunk out of that monopoly that Valve does have on the PC gaming market. Recently, we've been all about rebooting of all sorts of titles with re-releases and Game of the Years and all sorts of stuff. This time though, it's not for a much beloved and revered game, it's for what might be the worst game ever. Trek Industries released a video last week admitting that they made one of the worst games of all time. This, of course, was Orion Dino Beatdown, or Dino Horde, which is now called Orion Prelude. After all of their terrible reviews, instead of ditching the game, they decided to support it for over 3 years. With 60 plus updates, the game now has mostly positive review scores on Steam, and it's also available for a single buck. Orion Dino Beatdown and Orion Dino Horde, I'll admit, was a bit of a mess. I had some fun with it, but it had its problems, and there's a whole long history of drama with the developer in that game. But you know what I commend? That they've basically said, yeah, we screwed up, we made a terrible game, but guess what? We're sticking to it, we've supported it a lot, and people are starting to like it. Now, there was a bit of hyperbole in the trailer that they released because there was a bunch of all these reviews saying, this is the greatest game I've ever played, and apparently just by Steam users with weird names, like Force is a weird name. So I don't know how much we can trust that and how much the game has actually improved, but again, I commend them to sticking to it, trying to make better on what was originally released. And last up today, we will continue to build up the hype for the upcoming May 19th launch of The Witcher 3. This time, from CD Projekt Red, we've got a trailer that will teach you how to fight. Titled the Monsters trailer, this video shows you how to engage in battle with some of the game's various enemies, such as using wind gust spells to knock harpies out of the sky, fire against the drowners that infest the swamps, and silver powder bombs to stop werewolves from regenerating. The more and more I see of this game, the more excited I get for it, so I suppose the hype machine is churning about and working its wonders. But you know what, CD Projekt Red has certainly delivered on their titles in the past, and I, of course, am going to be playing The Witcher 3, and I can't wait to join the mass of people that are super hyped about this game, and are gonna jump right in. Boy, oh boy, the 19th cannot come soon enough. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for today's episode of The Feed. As always, thank you so much for watching. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. This is the greatest game I have ever played! So you haven't played many games, have you?